How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's good. Welcome. Let me know if the music's too loud. You know the drill. Okay, final session of 24. Can you believe it? We are doing the mixed bag poses part 2. Obviously, for those of you who have the reference, this is stuff that I've collected over the years that doesn't really have a home or a set that it belongs to. Bit of fun to round off the year. So yeah, let's thanks Inka for the nice words. Yeah, the new intro is going to improve. I tend to work on it over the new year. That's the idea. Not enough vocals. You can't hear me? Can someone give me a heads up on how my audio is, please? Or if the music is too loud or too quiet, I would much appreciate it. My audio should be good. Okay, let's go. So, not enough vocals. I do not draw to vocals. I can't draw to vocals, Chad, but thank you. It's perfect, says Tina. Well, Tina, if it's perfect for you, then it's perfect. We will go with it. Thank you, Doug. How is Penny? Penny is marvelous. Penny is fully grown, and she is in full teenager mode, but she's an absolute delight. Love her to bits. I will post pictures of Penny on the Discord over the Christmas break, so you guys can see her. All right. With that said, let's switch cameras. Let's get off me and let's get onto the drawing. I have at some time or another drawn all of these poses before. For example, pose number 3 is arguably one of my all-time favorite poses, believe it or not. So there you go. Less typing, more drawing. Audio is great, thank you. Cool. Okay. Let's get cracking. We're gonna about the usual, the 15 to 20 minute mark. You know how it is. Awesome set today. Hey Lulu. Thank you. Yeah, a bit of fun, huh? Wishing you a wonderful, happy holidays, and you too, Rennie, and all of you. I was gonna save that for the end, but of course, a happy holidays to everyone. And I think people are starting to get in the holiday mode, right? Which is nice. Sorry, I'm going to take this out of my ear and I'm going to turn it up there. Okay, let's go. I've actually drawn this pose 2 or 3 times in the past. There's something about it. I just really love the attitude of it, the lighting. It's what I would consider a classic. James, thank you so much for the support. It's much appreciated, and thank you for the kind words the other day on the comments on one of the videos. I do appreciate all the kind words I get and the support. Never taken for granted. Okay, let's find what ACES is going to be about here and here. Yeah, I did. As I said, I've drawn this pose a couple of times, and I like the versions I've done in the past. In fact, just for what it's worth, this pose is actually available as a print on the Etsy store. Not obviously the one I'm drawing, a previous iteration. So if you want to see how I handled it in a previous version, that's where you could see it, probably on my website too. Okay. Rick, you're too kind. Thank you both very much. Evan says, I just received your drawings, Richard. When I erect them, I just sat there for 10 minutes admiring them. Ah, thank you, Evan. Evan was not paid to say that. Just for the record. For all you doubters. I certainly don't want to get onto a downer at all, but I also feel it would be remiss if I didn't mention the passing of one of the greatest musicians that I think you could say has arguably ever lived this week. Very unexpectedly, we lost percussionist by the name of Ustad Zakir Hussain, and Zakir had a massive impact on my development as an artist and as a musician and as a human. And yes, he passed away very unexpectedly and very suddenly earlier in the week, on the 15th. And I just wanted, for those of you who don't know who he is, I would encourage you to go seek out some of his music, some of his he was a tabla player, but he was so much more than just a tabla player. He was arguably one of the most virtuosic musicians to ever have lived, and an incredible human being. And he will be dearly missed. And I've been in a very, honestly, it's been the closest thing to losing a family member that you could have without it actually being a family member. It's been a very hard few days. So anyway, as I say, I don't want to dwell, but I also think it's you should know. So please go check him out. His name is Zakir Hussain, Zakirhussain. You will find news reports everywhere about him. As soon as you type in his name, you'll see hundreds of reports. India is in a state of mourning right now over his passing. He was truly a once in a generational artist, and yes, we are just all a little bit worse off for his not being around us anymore. It's an absolute tragedy, and it's going to take a long time for those wounds to heal. Today we draw. Dare I say it, I'm going to regret saying this because it's all about to go south, but it's a very easy pose to draw, but it's very satisfying, right? appreciate it. Thank you all of you. Yeah, type his name into YouTube. You will not be short of incredible hours and hours of incredible music of him performing and accompanying other musicians and solos and everything. He was prolific, and yeah, there is a massive amount of his music online available. He was just absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. There was none like him. There may never be. Okay, so it's just starting to, these shadow shapes are so pronounced that, it's good to kind of, even at this point, start thinking about how they're going to reveal themselves in the final. Okay, ZAK, here, I'm going to put it in the chat so that there's no mistake. There you go. Yeah, I appreciate the sentiment, Lulu. Only I would say he was nowhere close to be finished with him. He was performing extensively. He was he would do like 150 concerts a year. Like, for decades he's been doing that. He was literally meant to be performing this week. Check him out. Do yourself a favor. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Music got a little louder. Let me know if it's too much, Doug, and I can always turn it down. Like, let me turn it down a tiny bit, just on the off chance. Okay. Hey Whitney, how you doing? Happy Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas. I'm not sure if there's a right or a wrong on that. Quite loud. I cannot understand some of your words. Let me turn it down. There we go. Let me know if it's too quiet. You know, it's really hard for me to monitor, and even when I have the earphones in, which is meant to be giving me a sense of the mix, it's not a good judge. So I trust you guys to tell me if you need me to change it, okay? There is definitely a subreddit dedicated to Happy Chrysler or Merry Chrysler. I think that there's also a subreddit dedicated to people that mix up words. I think there's a subreddit for everything. Don't get me started on Reddit. I spend way too much time on that damn website. You're not already on Reddit, do yourself a favor and don't do it unless you want to watch hours of your time just dissolve in front of your eyes. Yeah, what a fun pose, huh? Pretty much, Lulu, yeah. It's funny. You know, here's the thing with Reddit. If the sub is well moderated, and it has a non-toxic community, I think it can actually it can have some great value. But it can be a bit of a you know, coin toss on what you're going to find. All right. What are we doing? 17 minutes. Cool. Exactly, Neela. Exactly. Yeah, it's a powerful pose, all right. She's got attitude. All right. All right. Getting there. Yeah, super straightforward lighting system on this one. All right, we're getting closer to it being time to start colouring in. uh, Christmas is a great time, or the holidays are just a great time to self-indulge like that, Thomas. I agree. I'm hoping to get some art done myself this break. Not that I can't get it done other times as well, but you know. cast shadow. Reflected light, heavy cast shadow on this side. Alright, so that's roughly the first pass of tone. Now we need to just kind of have a little think on where we want to push and pull. Let's blend a little bit here and there. All right, let's just hit this with a little bit of kneaded eraser. I think it'll help pop a little bit. Getting there. Just want to pull out a little bit of tone in these areas. You know, I'm tempted to leave it there. I feel like that's struck a pretty decent balance. Let's call it. All right. Thank you, Whitney. Appreciate it. All right, quick sip of tea. And we'll, oh, I should do this. Okay. Nothing else would be overworking it. Well, there is a tendency to do that. So yeah, quit while I'm ahead. You know, better to do a little less and come back to something and go, oh, I think I can push this a bit further, than to overcook it and then kind of stuck with what you've got. Okay, now I guess my debate with this one is, do I go landscape? Now fit it. Let's just keep the way we are. Sip of tea. Yep. You're British. All right, my son. That British? Know what I mean? What? Okay. I suppose. Christmas, I've decided to treat myself to 500 sheets of newsprint paper. Hopefully after 500 drawings I'll be slightly better. I would hope you'll be slightly better, Thomas. I think that's all we can hope for. Might take you a little longer than Christmas to get through 500 sheets though. I want to hear that bottle of water phrase, please. I don't know what phrase you're referring to, Mila. Would it be something like bottle of water? Bottle of water? Is that what you're referring to? Give us a bottle of water, will ya? All right, my son? That type of thing. I don't know. But what's happening to us? That's what you were looking for. That's all it takes, huh? Yeah, you got it down as well, Lula. Yeah, bottle of water. I was working on a film back in 2019 and we would have these production meetings. And we had this one girl, British girl on the team. There wasn't many, there was only a couple of us actually from the UK working on it. But she used to talk like this. And everything, it was like, oh yeah, we're going to be on Saturday. And it used to drive me to absolute distraction. All right, darling. Yep. and I would just sit there and bite my tongue. And that was an experience. Yeah. I'm glad you find it amusing, Mila. I did not. Water. A bottle of water. Water. That's right. That would be Philadelphia, right? And what would it be in Boston? It would be water. Water. Bottle of water. All right. Scapula. Did you miss anything of epic proportions in the last minute? Nah, mate, you're all right. You missed nothing. As you'd say in Ireland, nothing. You missed nothing. All right. Lois Doolittle, yeah. Looks like it might be a tad hyperextended. Sitting in here. Tanaka, hello. Or as in the spirit of the way we're talking, hello. What, mate? What, my son? We're at that point in the proceedings. Do Brad Pitt from you know, Brad Pitt actually, it's funny, my wife's Irish. She's not traveller Irish or Connie Irish, but she's Irish. And when Brad Pitt goes, little fecker, to the dog, it's so bang on. And it's not just the words he uses, but just like the little kind of nod of the head, little fecker, and the, you know, showing the back of the hand. It's so bang on. It's just beautiful. But I couldn't do Brad Pitt from Snatch. Neil. Now come on, Neil. Jesus. I don't know what you're telling Lulu, Mila. You talking about the belly dancer that was behind me a few minutes ago? Oh, right. Yeah, you missed that little thing. But other than that. So from this leg coming out this way. Coming towards us. Ankle. Yeah, really working by the skin of our teeth, or more appropriately the skin of her foot, as far as fitting that on the page there. That was kind of the idea with maybe going landscape, but I think it's okay. I just, is my upper torso too long? Is the question. God, it's hard to say. Let's pull it down just a tiny bit. Angles everywhere in this pose. Yeah, some interesting dynamics to deal with. I agree. And we've got almost no light and almost no meaningful light to work with, as far as the shadows are tricky. Because there's very little shadow, because she's got light coming from, it must be an overcast day, and there's light coming from every direction pretty much, almost evenly, apart from obviously down here, and even there it's a very soft shadow. So I'm going to work with the little that's there, and I'm going to try and punch it up a few percent if I can. But it's a little bit of a tricky one. Unlike the last pose, which was kind of banging us over the head with what's in light and what's in shadow, this is kind of the polar opposite. All right. Where will we start? I guess down here. Whoa, okay, let's see. Okay, let's see here. Hey Canvas, how you doing? Hope you're well. Let's see now, let's jump up here. I do feel like we need to establish this iliac crest, so just sacrum, iliac crest coming up this way. Something like that. It's a tricky little passage in here, actually, just making it all feel solid. Something like that. Recovering from walking pneumonia. Yikes. Sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're on the mend. That's does not sound like fun. No. Not at all. Very, very delicate kind of balancing act with this one, you know, with certain passages. We really, handling the shape language is just really kind of, you know, challenging. Oh, if I may, I'd love to recommend a film to you guys that I saw the other day. It's a remake, I believe, of a classic Japanese movie, which I have not seen, but the movie's called Living, with an actor called Bill Nye. And it's a quiet movie. It's one of the loveliest, I think lovely has to be the word I'm going to use here. One of the nicest and loveliest films I've seen in an awful long time. And it's one of those that after you watch it just for, you know, a while, you just kind of, you keep kind of going back to it in your mind. Do check it out if you get a chance. Living with Bill Nye. Absolutely beautiful film, and his performance is absolutely stellar, in my opinion. So yeah, there you go. Ankle. It's a very gentle film. Master left-handed. Well, thank you for the kind words. Edson, the film's called Living, just as it sounds. Out of curiosity, are there many people here from Ireland? I think you're alone, Thomas. Actually, I'd say that. I think there have, in the course of the stream, there's been 1 or 2 people from Ireland, but not so many. But don't know why. Although I had well, not on the stream, but I had another Irish student quite recently as well. You know, have you guys ever watched movies together on Discord? I do it with the news group I'm part of. It's easy and fun. It's funny you should say that, Canvas. No, we haven't. But that could be a bit of a laugh, couldn't it, to do that at some point? Like once a month have a, you know, a movie night. She looks so sad. Let's wipe that sadness off her face, because you're right, she does. And she doesn't look sad in the reference. Oh, we haven't really got to the face. Enough to keep me busy here. Oh, the movie looks sad. Well, I thought she looked sad. The movie's, it's you know, you'd be forgiven for thinking it looks sad, and there's a sad part to it, but it's also very life-affirming. Check it out. Don't be put off by it looking sad. It definitely will pull at your heart. Check it out, please. I can't recommend it enough. Let's keep going here. Right. All right, we're getting there, slowly but surely. Yeah. I just joined the Discord in there and was wondering if there's a voice chat channel. No, there isn't, Thomas. Primarily because we've had the Discord since the beginning, almost since the beginning, like nearly 2 years. And I know nothing about Discord. So we have one of the most bare bones, ridiculous Discord channels, probably on Discord. Because I hear about things like, oh yeah, you know, voice chat channel. I wouldn't even know the first thing about how to set up the voice chat channel. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know. Could you imagine if we gave Rick voice chat? Good Lord. Do we dare? Assuming he's gone. It just seems like a terribly dangerous proposition in my mind. There is a voice chat. It's easy. I can help you if you wish. Well, you know, Canvas, I'd be only too happy for you to help with the Discord if you'd like. Do me a favor. Shoot me a message over there. I'll make a point of going. You see, this is the other thing. I don't go on Discord very often. I should go on far more often than I do. But yeah, we could have a bit of fun with Discord in 2025, huh? And if it gets out of hand, then you know we can revisit it. But oh, Rick is still here. Aha! See, just checking in on you, Rick. Yeah, apparently you can do all kinds of things on Discord. You think this might be something I'm going to regret, huh, Mila? Oh, sweet ignorance. Yeah. All right. Imagine this chat box right here, a dedicated program just for it. It's like a little slice of the internet with video streaming, voice calls, chatting, separate rooms. What's Skype? I'll need to read back over this, I think. Patrick says, just wanted to let you know I was struggling with my figure drawing class. I found your community by the end of class. I earned an A. No kidding, Patrick. Congratulations, and that's wonderful to hear. Fantastic news. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that this helps. Well, the nice thing about the Discord is it's invite only, so we're not going to have, you know, we're not going to have anything too crazy happening. Question, is it free? What are we talking about? Discord? The Discord's free, but you do have to be a member. Oh, you're talking about the... I see, I see what you're saying. All right. I think I'm probably done with this one, guys. It's another one. It's like, it feels like it's on the precipice of, you know, getting potentially overcooked. I'm tempted to just leave it where it is. Yeah, let's call it on this one. That's too hard, right? Okay. Lovely pose. Fun to draw. All right, next pose. Let's have a look. Where are we at? 12 minutes past 6 UK time. All right, so yeah, we're probably not going to get past about 4. Thank you, Rick. Very kind. Appreciate it, my friend. Hope you guys all were successful with your drawings too. Let's move on. Quick sip of tea. Patrick, thank you so much. Enjoy a pint down pub. A pint down pub. Thank you. I'll do just that. Very good. All right, guys, let's keep cracking on. Reset the clock. Just need to get my pencil situation in order. And let's do the third pose. Is butcher paper identical to smooth newsprint? Evan, me saying it's identical would be making a bold statement, because that would all depend on the butcher paper and the smooth newsprint. But I would say that there's a very good chance it's the same stuff, but I can't say for sure. This is the stuff they use in chip shops here to wrap up your fish and chips. The upper torso, I really just love the angles on this pose. And the foreshortening, and it's a great pose. Constantaneous, I'm doing very well, thank you. Hope you're well. Butcher paper just means more economical choice for me. Yeah, I get it, Evan, for sure. I will tell you this. I buy my newsprint from online, from like a school supply store, not an art store. It's like school supplies, and it's essentially the same as like packing paper, yeah, maybe butcher paper, chip shop paper. It's very economical. Like for 500 sheets of this at this size, I think I pay about £20. Convert that into your own currency. I've been out of the UK for several months. I'm experiencing chip heat withdrawal. You know, we may not do much right, but fish and chips we do right. Chips in general, we do right. I was out of the UK for most of my adult life, and never did get used to not being around good fish and chips. You know, the Americans, they try with their fish and chips, and it's real cute and all. It's a sweet effort they make, but it's nothing even in the same ballpark. Richard, have you tried 5.6mm? Very specific on your measurements there. Mechanical pencils with charcoal. With charcoal. Now you threw me with the charcoal there, Lulu. 5.6mm charcoal. I have not tried that, but that does sound quite interesting, I must say. Mechanical pencil. I didn't know you could get charcoal refills from mechanical pencil. So that is also news to me. Oh, this music's just going on and on and on. Stop. That's very interesting. Blick has 18 by 24 for $25. That's great, but make sure it's smooth newsprint, Kelly. And is that for 500 sheets? I'm going to guess it's not, but I might be wrong. I do miss Blick. When I was looking for newsprint paper, I came across a paper called sugar paper. I've never heard of it before. I'm not sure if it would be good to draw on. It's not going to be good, Thomas. Don't get sugar paper. I actually have sugar paper here for packing prints. It's shiny. You know that kind of shiny, almost like tracing paper that you'll find between prints in like high-end art books and that type of thing? That's sugar paper. Mechanical pencils with charcoal works well. Well, I'm learning today. You mean clutch lead holder? I'm guessing they do Constantaneous. Yeah. 500 sheets for 25 bucks for 18 by 24, so that's 2 feet. So that's essentially what we got here, I think. That's A2, basically. That's not a bad deal. Right? If it's smooth, because I know that the biggie art pads of newsprint with the grey cover on them that you get over there, the rough is awful. I hate that stuff. Watch diameter, and compressed works best rather than willow or vine unless using hard. Willow and vine don't stick to smooth newsprint at all, in my experience. Well, that's I'll have to look into that, see if it's easily available here. Lulu, thanks for the heads up. Never thought about. Never really thought about mechanical pencil for charcoal, but like, why not? Right? My measurements are way off with this compression on this side. The breast is here. That compression is happening about here. Interesting. Which does add up with my other measurements, but I was way off. So that means that the iliac crest is He's saying not that high. No, oblique is sitting here. I'm confused. Okay, something like that. One of the things I love about this pose is the shape language in the arms. It's really wonderful. Look at this beautiful, like from when we come from here, right? We got this kind of compression here, this beautiful kind of weight that we've got in the upper arm there, and then coming into a straight right in there. That's just so special. Something we just wouldn't see on athletic models, you know. Yeah, I love this pose. And we got some mad foreshortening on this leg, which I also want to try and get right. I think this knee ends about here. Something like that, right? With the big form of this knee in the foreground here. Something like that. We'll leave that as a placeholder for right now. Yeah. Tried smooth for a while after that, but went back to using rough. Well, fair enough. You know. Oh, you thought you were using smooth. They're quite different, right? Yeah, look, if that's what you get into, like, a lot of it comes down to personal preference. For me, with the rough, maybe it's just because I'm so heavy-handed, but it just gets dirty. The drawings just get dirty so quickly. I've got this beautiful hand sitting. Where's the wrist? Is about here. Upper part of the hand is there. This is going to need a bit of an adjustment. Too much. Okay. My drawings are filthy. Said with a certain sense of pride, I gather. The way you said that, Doug, seems like you kind of like that fact. My drawings are filthy. Okay, let's keep chipping away. Slag coming out this way. I got her other hand here. Amos, take care. See you in the new year. Probably missed you. You've probably gone already. Hope you're well. Rich, are black wings worth buying, or should I stay with Statler Faber-Castell? I'm not. I've never drank the black wing Kool-Aid. If I'm perfectly honest, I'm not a big fan. Look, there's nothing wrong with them. Inherently, they're fine pencils. I just don't think they're all that. If I can make an opinion or a recommendation on a pencil, try the Tombow Mono. I believe, at least in my opinion, this is the finest graphite pencil I've ever used. Mileage may vary, so to speak. Excuse the pun. I love these Tombow monos. I've used them for years and years and years. Probably going on at least 25 years at this point, I would say. I just have yet to find something better, including the Blackwing. So this would be my first choice. Obviously, they're longer than this when you buy them new. They're the length of a regular pencil. But the Tombow Mono, beautiful pencil. At least buy one if you're if it's a coin toss. So a whole set of those Tombow in plastic blister for $20. Doesn't sound too bad. I buy them by the box. I don't really buy the sets because some weights I don't use. This is a 3B. I think I have up to 6B. But I'm never going to use a 2B pencil. It just probably is never going to happen. I recommend these very much so. Statler, Mars, Lumograph are also very respectable pencils, agreed. You can't go wrong with a Statler, for sure. I just like them. I like the Tombow Mono, personally. But that's a very solid recommendation too, the Statler. I have no qualms with recommending that too. I might be saying it wrong actually. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Stadler? Anyway, you get the idea. Got the calf coming down, her foot, heel of her foot is here. Unfortunately, we can't actually see the whole foot. It's cut off, but you can see enough, hopefully. Alright. Like, frankly, I shouldn't be recommending any pencils until I get an endorsement from one of them. The amount of money I've made. Generals. What have I got in return? Shoddy workmanship. That's what I've got in return. All right, let's get some clarity into this drawing. I feel like I've been at this one a while. 21 minutes already. All right, well, we'll be down 30 probably. Didn't realize anyone was counting. Good stuff. All right. Right, let's Are the General's charcoal pencils like bad or atrocious in quality? Here's the thing, Constantaneous. For me, at least, they used to be the gold standard. Just very consistent, buttery, smooth, quality pencil. And I had no problem with them for years. And then I ordered 6 boxes. Being here in the UK and not having access to Blick handy, I thought, okay, well, I'll just buy a shed load of these things, and then my pencil situation is sorted. And as you can see here, these are all charcoal, General's charcoal pencils, which are basically fit for nothing. They're so scratchy. I can't use all of these. This might as well be firewood. I've still got 2 more boxes to go through, but of the 4 boxes that I've already checked, I have yet to find one that was good. Now, I did have a very kind soul send me another box of general charcoal pencils and they've been fine. So I'm not sure if I just had the worst luck and just got a terrible batch, or if Big Charcoal Mafia is out to punish me. I'm not sure. So I can't, you know, I used to be very quick to recommend them, and I simply can't in good conscience recommend them anymore. I would say this: if you're going to buy a General's charcoal pencil, go to the store and try it on a piece of paper and make sure it meets your satisfaction. Don't do what I do and buy 6 boxes of them blind. That would be my recommendation. Now, then you also have the General's, what are called Primos, these black ones, which are nice. They're kind of more like what I would expect from a General's. The problem is the 3Bs are the softest 3B that I've ever tried. They feel like the equivalent of like a 6 or sorry, maybe a 12B of the other General's charcoal pencils. I have heard in good authority that they have an HB that feels a little bit more like the 6B. I have just yet to buy them and try them out. So that's where we're at with the charcoal pencil situation. It's not about them. Maybe you can. I've never tried that. Putting them in to soften them. It's not that they're softened that's the problem. They're scratchy. It's like inside of the charcoal, inside of the soft charcoal, there's like, for want of a better term, what feels like grit. I'm sure it's not grit per se, but you get the idea. And also, I don't have access to a kiln. It's not something I can just, you know. Yeah, I agree. I kind of agree with you, Lulu. That makes sense. They fall apart so easy. The Primo. Well, you do have to be careful. They're just incredibly soft. Yeah. Once again, I will try the HB. I don't have much choice. I need a good pencil, and I'm running out of my very small stash of good. Like pretty much what you see here, these 3, and a couple of stubs here. This is pretty much it for my supply. So, you know, I need to. This is something I do need to address sooner rather than later. Not that I'm putting it off, I just, you know, it's one of those things. All right, keep going here. Just great. Just so much fun, this pose, from a shape language point of view. It's like, you know, we talk about drawing models that aren't just athletic. This, to me, this is where the magic happens, with poses like this and with models like this that just bring so much interesting dynamics to the table. I would draw models like this. Well, you know, you need variety, but I'll draw models like this all day long, very happily. Just a fantastic design language to work with. And if you guys don't mind these kind of like one-off poses where we don't have full sets to work from, we can actually do a lot more of these types of poses. I've just been trying, at least in the past, to bring us models where we have complete model packs. But if you're okay with it, it's definitely something we could do more of. Because I've got more poses like this, I've got more reference like this. I just usually only have like a single pose, maybe two, you know, like from just years of scouring and finding stuff on the internet and just throw it in a big folder of miscellaneous models. Good stuff. Patrick, I've done that. With some of them, I've sharpened them quite extensively, and the grit seems to be running through the entire pencil. I wish it was just the tips. I will try it with more. It's just in the interest of hopefully striking gold, so to speak, but I think they're just an inherently bad batch. Anyway, it's all good. I'll figure it out. Okay. Are we working on newsprint? Yeah, DC. Absolutely. Smooth newsprint. I like the ADHD model packs. Good, thanks, Lulu. Yeah, me too. One-off is great. Love the diversity in ages and shapes. This is the pro, right? We don't get full sets, but we get diversity. And I'm very much in agreement, as you can tell. Well, look, in the new year, we will do just that then. You know, we'll do the packs too, but we'll definitely incorporate more of this stuff. Because this to me is where we can really have some fun. All right, let's get into a little bit of tonal work on this one. Where are we at? We're at 36 minutes. Yikes, we are chewing through time, aren't we? But you know what? I'm sorry. I'm having so much fun with this. Is it an option for you to draw with a pastel chalk? Asks Michael. Michael, when I'm working larger than this, I absolutely do work in pastel. If I'm working on A1, I will work in pastel. In my opinion, pastel doesn't scale down to this drawing at this size in an easy way. I very much, and you may have heard me go on about this, but I very much believe that certain materials are scale dependent. In my opinion, the pastel is not good at this size. I use the Prismacolor new pastels. Love drawing with them. Absolutely love drawing with them, and I have a bunch over there. But I don't think they work well at this size. So to answer your question, if I was drawing bigger, when I do demos and that, and I'm working A1 and I'm standing at an easel drawing, like doing demos for a class or whatever, it's always pastels all the way. So there you go. So to answer your question, yes, it is an option. No, I would agree, it's not chalk. It does feel like pigment. Although then you've got oil pastels and you've got chalk pastels, and there I think there's distinctions there too. Even yeah, it depends how soft we're talking. I think we're on the same page. Chad says, I've been having so much fun going back through old sessions and drawing with you. About an hour or two every night. Fantastic. That's so great to hear, Chad. Wonderful. Glad you're enjoying them. Loving the pace of these poses. Yeah, me too, Doug. And hopefully it shows. Really enjoying this session. What a wonderful way to finish off 2024 for the stream. Because, you know, there's some streams where you're like, that stream could have been better. I'm absolutely thrilled with the drawing that we've done today, and the poses we've had to work with. It's just a fantastic way to finish off the year. And I do think, you know, look, sometimes it's obvious when I'm more inspired. And a lot of the times the model will have something to do with that. It also doesn't hurt that I got in some good practice yesterday. That definitely does help. I think what we're going to do is we're going to very shortly tie a bow around this pose, and we'll finish off the proceedings with like a quick 5-minute pose. We'll look at what's with the poses that are left, and we'll pick one to do as a quickie, and that will be it for this year. was going to mention earlier, it seems like you're in good form. Thanks, Rick. Yeah, I'm feeling in good form. I have spent, well, once again, I don't want to burden you guys with it. I've spent so much of this week in tears over the passing of Zakir I was talking about earlier, that it's nice to just draw. Because it's been one of the saddest weeks I can remember. So maybe it's just a bit of letting go of that and just drawing. Cool. All right. I just very gingerly put in some tone. I really actually am enjoying this drawing as a diagrammatical drawing. So I'm tempted to not, you know, hit it over the head with tone. Maybe we can just get a little bit of blending in here. Yeah, this'll do. Done. Just catching up with chat, sorry. It's gone all quiet. Heard an interview on the radio with an incarcerated inmate. He said a lot of them draw, it helps keep them sane. You know, I've actually got an interesting story about something similar to that. Thank you, Mila. Appreciate the kind words. It's all good. No, you know, it's funny. I went to art school for about 2 weeks, literally. And during those 2 weeks, after about the first week, this new guy started, and he was way older than us. We were all like 16, 17. He was like in his early 20s, and he looked rough as hell. Like this guy was a tough cookie. But you know, it's funny because he asked if he could borrow a scalpel on his first day in one of the first classes, and everyone was so afraid of him. No one said anything, and I'm like, yeah, you can borrow mine. And he appreciated that, so we got talking. Anyway, it turns out he had been in prison, and he had got early parole on the condition that he would go to college, and he had spent so much time inside drawing that he was this phenomenal draftsman. Like he was easily the best in the class, like by an order of magnitude, but it was because he'd spent so much time drawing, he'd spent so much time in solitary, that, you know, he had developed this skill. Anyway, I was only at that college for a couple of weeks, and then realized it was not a good fit for me. Went back to working in animation. But yeah, so I've experienced that. Well, not firsthand, but you know. Wonderful. Okay, guys, let's tie a bow around this lovely session with a quick 5-minute pose. Now let's see which one we're going to do, because it's not necessarily the next one on the rota. Let's see. I don't really want to do the next one, actually, looking at it. And I know that this was the one that we reserved from last week. But I don't think it, like, rhythmically it really lends itself to a gestural pose. I do think pose number 5 does. Let's jump to number 5. And we'll just do literally 5 minutes. So we didn't get to pose number 4 last week. We're not getting to it this week. Let's see, maybe we'll get to it in the new year. I do like this pose and I do want to draw it, but it's going to be very graphic and I don't think it lends itself well to a gestural drawing. This is my feeling. Rendering the figure is better than puzzles or other such at battling the onset of dementia, studies show. You're right. I also was literally watching something this week about music being the same way. People with dementia, like professional musicians with dementia, when they pick up their musical instrument, compositions are the one thing that they can recall in a very, refined way, even when other things have gone in their mind, So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Good coping mechanism drawing. Yeah, absolutely. Take care, Petra. Yes, it has been a great stream. I agree. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I will see you next year. Let's crack on and do a quick, we'll say 5 minutes, right? That seems fair. And then we will call it. Number 4 deserves a bit of time in the future. I 100% agree with you, Canvas. Okay, the clock is reset. Hold on. All right, let's do this. 5 minutes. Bonus points if you want to draw the bottom of her legs, or her legs from the knee down, where we can't, obviously it's cut off on the image. I think it might be nice rhythmically to add those. So that's what I'll attempt to do. already at 2.5 minutes. Time does fly, doesn't it? This chair she's sitting in is fantastic. And there's our 5. Okay. I think we'll allow it. We made it. We made it. What a session. Fantastic. Guys, what can I say? Thank you so much for joining me, not only today, but this entire year. We bring 2024 to a close, but I'm really excited about next year. I'm sure we have lots of fun drawing and hopefully painting ahead of us. So with that said, have a fantastic holiday, wherever you may be, whatever you may choose to do with it. Hopefully it'll be a chance to spend some time with family, or at least doing something that you'd like to do, you know, take a load off for a few days. And I will see you all. We will be back on July. That would be quite the break. We'll be back January 2nd, I believe, is a Thursday. So hopefully I will see you all then. As I said, have a fantastic holiday and look after yourselves. I'll see you then. Cheers. Happy holidays. Bye now.